rights movement here. And I want you to see real quickly the H. Gaston Motel, because that's where we're restoring that motel back to its original appearance. We're going to restore the room that Dr. King and others organized the Project C movement, which was the Birmingham movement, which is the upper right left-hand room. We also going to restore the lobby, which is the lower back end or the front end, I'm sorry, of the motel area. And then we're going to restore one of the hotel rooms back to its original appearance. And then also we'll have exhibits inside of there too. Now I want you to go across the, down the street about 2 blocks over to the historic 4th Avenue Historic District. Take your pictures real quick because we got to move on. And then we're going to go about 5 to 10 minutes away from the site and visit Big Bethel Baptist Church. That was the church that Reverend Shuttlesworth was actually ministered. Now let's go to Selma real quick. In 1965, once again, Dr. King and his, the SCLC was called Selma in 1963, 64, because of, again, between the SCLC, and SNCC, CORE, and the NAAC, we're always fighting for our voting rights. And voting is the essence of democracy. Vote, vote, vote. People die. This is the only trail in the National Park Service system that commemorates African American history. This trail is 54 miles because it travels from Selma to Montgomery, so you see the trail route there. The Edmund Pettus Bridge, which most people are most familiar with, is where all 3 of the marches took place. Bloody Sunday on March 7, 1965, which you see there to your far right. We also had Turnaround Tuesday on March 9th, and then March 21st, 1965. As you see, people from all over the country, black and white, died for the right to vote. As a result of this movement, we have the passage of the Voting Rights Act of 1965. And so how do we commemorate that in the National Park Service? We have 3 visitor centers along the trail. One in Selma, one in Lowndes County, which tells a full history, and one in Montgomery, which I was working on before I moved on to Tuskegee. And we are finalizing that interpretive center very soon. Now real quick, because they're telling me my time is getting short. We gotta get to Mississippi real quick. Why? Because this site was just designated in February of this year. The home, which is a national monument. It was established to commemorate the role of Medgar Evers and his role in the NAACP, his fight for voting rights and civil rights in the state of Mississippi. We got some more sites coming on board very soon, hopefully very, very soon, as we near that 50-year mark, and as the civil rights movement, the modern civil rights movement is making its way to that 50-year mark. We are now doing a special resource study on the Mississippi civil rights movement. And we're looking at those stories such as Emmett Till. Finally, we're going to recognize him. We want to recognize Miss Fannie Lou Hamer. We want to recognize those civil rights students who took part in the Freedom Summer of 1964, because without them we would not have had Selma. We also want to recognize James Meredith, I'm sorry, I was looking at this picture. James Meredith with the American March of 1966, and then other important sites in Mississippi that contributed to the civil rights movement. So there you have it. You're back here.